Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Craft Desk. I appreciate you stopping by today. I hope you're all having a great Tuesday. I hope your week is going good for you and you're having a good day. I am trying to just push through and do what I need to do without putting myself in more danger. Basically, Phoebe, baby, it's okay. They didn't stop, they kept going, okay? She don't wait for anybody to drive down the road. So anyway, I am running on no sleep. I'm so exhausted, but I am so jittery from doing all the breathing treatments. I've been doing the butyrol, I guess that's what I'm on, breathing treatments every 4 hours, but there's been some times where I've had to do them before 4 hours is quite up. Like almost, but not all the way. So I'm, super jittery. Like I feel like my insides are just like this. But I'm just, I can't sleep. Every time I even doze off, then it's time to go potty because of my Lasix. And so it's just a vicious cycle there. But anyway, I'm going to come in here and do something at my desk to do something normal for myself. And yeah, that's what I need to do. And then maybe after I, get this medicine out of my system, maybe I'll be able to go and rest then. And I did want to talk to y'all. I'm still hoping to do a live yarn sale tonight. When the bags are delivered from Amazon, I'm going to stuff those bags and label the bags A or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I'll probably just number them. And I plan on jumping on a live and doing a live yarn sale tonight. And I'm going to talk more about that in just a moment. But let me just show you what I'm working on today. I have glitter paper here. This is pastel glitter paper, and this is more normal colors, I guess. I don't know which one I want to use, but earlier this month, right at the beginning of the month, there was a full moon that I had videoed, and so I just thought it was appropriate to start my spring journal with this moon face. And I did put it cocked to the side a little bit, because I don't usually like things straight on. I like it either cocked to the side some kind of way or something. And even her, I adore her because her head is cocked to the side. Now, of course, I do have things that are head on, face forward and all that, but I do prefer things to be cocked to the side like that. Okay, anyway, I wanted to add some stars to this page. I have my paper punches because I'm not about cutting out all those points. I'm not about that. And then I'm also going to tell y'all my panic during the night and just what I've been going through, and I'm just going to spill the tea today. So hang on. Hang on to your britches because we're going to go for a ride. Okay, so on this paper, I've got the more bright colors. And then this pad down here, these pads did come from Walmart. I added them on a grocery order. And these papers are all white from this view. But if you turn it over, like this, it's going to be all these pastel colors. And I'm not sure if I want this pastel. Let me see. I need to cut the side. So give me one Give me 1 second to get this side. Okay. I think the other one is cut, but okay, on this one it's pastel colors. We have, oh, I love that mint green. That is pretty. And these are glitter papers. And then there's a purple. And what I'm going to do is just punch out some stars. Oh, it didn't separate all of that. Let's see if I need to pull some of the sticker off down here. That's what I need to do. Hold on, I'm trying. I had to take it to the edge of the desk so I could hold it down and pull, you know. Okay, so there's orange, there's yellow, pink, purple, and green. So all these colors right here. You know, I don't think I'm going to use the pastels. I think I'm going to use the bright colors here just because I need some bright colors in my life. And this spread doesn't necessarily, you know, make one spread that goes together. Like this page is something and that page is something. Sometimes it'll be that way. And sometimes the spreads will actually, you know, look like they make one whole picture or something. So I'm just going to do some stamps up in here. Not stamps. I thought it was a yellow in here. There is. But I didn't see it. Okay, so I'm going to take the silver. Oh, silver. Maybe orange. Oh, I did want the yellow. Blue. I think any of these colors work, but where is the yellow, woman? I know I didn't use that yellow. There's the gold. Did mine just not come with a yellow? And if I had pulled the yellow out and just cut a piece off of it, I would have stuck the yellow back up in here. Okay, well, see, I just cut some of that pink off and just stuck it back up in there. And that's what I would have done with the yellow. Alright, so we may not have a yellow star, but that's okay. We got a lot of other pretty colors here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put this up on here. And I see there's some kind of little trap box down here that I need to open. I guess I could punch them all and add that on here. Okay, so we're going to do an orange. Okay, I had a rough night. I'll just tell you. I am waking up strangling and can't breathe in or out and till I throw up, and then I'm sure I'm aspirating a little bit. And I've got this backwards. And after I throw up, I'm able to breathe, and I'm just real wheezy and rattling in my chest, and so I'm using an nebulizer to get rid of that. And right now my legs are doing this right here. So that's why Big Daddy has been home. He went to work yesterday morning and got his laptop, and then came home because he was just, you know, really worried about me. And then today he went to work, and then he just kept asking, you know, how am I doing and all that. And it was time for Paige to leave, and I told him that I was struggling, but I was okay. I just need to, you know, use that nebulizer a good bit. And then, so he's like, you know, you want me to come on home? And I was like, it wouldn't hurt if you can. So he came on home, and, it's okay, you know, I'm okay. I'm actually feeling a lot better now than I was earlier. So I'll get better and everything, and feel better and breathe better, but then I just have a little spell to happen again. So I just wonder if the yellow was taken out of this before it came to me. I don't know. So anyway, you know, Big Daddy keeps asking, do I need to go to the ER? And as long as I am able to breathe, no. But if it gets any worse, I'm going to go. I mean, I'm keeping an eye on it. I know how I feel. You know, if it gets any worse, I am going to go to the ER. But right now, I'm just trying to make it, you know, nobody wants to go to the hospital. I don't want to go. But if it gets worse, I will go. I have enough sense to go on my own, okay? I don't need anyone to tell me to go. But I am, you know, I'm dealing with some stuff. And I have doctor's appointments coming up, so I'll just talk with my doctor about this when I go to a doctor's appointment. And that's better than going to the ER with a doctor who don't know me and all that kind of stuff, you know. So when I bought these colored glitter papers like this, I bought them for this purpose. Well, not this punch, because I didn't have this punch at the time. But I bought them for accessories, cutting out little accessories to add to pages and such. So I just wish I knew what that yellow paper was. And maybe I need to go back through it in a different direction and see. Or maybe that's gold and not yellow. There's an orange, there's a yellow, and there's a gold, I swear. Let me just see if anything was stuck in here. Those all look muted pastel colors. There is a yellow in there, but it's that pastel yellow. So anyway, I'm dealing with it, and I'm keeping an eye on it, and I'm not going to let it get so bad that I can't breathe. Although I have panicked at times because it's when you can't breathe, it does get scary. But you know, I can't go to the doctor every time. Otherwise, I mean the hospital. Otherwise, I would just be at the hospital. I would just have to change my address because this is something that happens like all the time. So otherwise, I would just change my address to Ochsner's ER Hospital waiting room. That's my new address. Right? You can't go to the hospital every time. You have to learn to deal with things at home. And I have my oxygen, I have my nebulizer, I have the nebulizer machine and I can't think of the words, the inhaler. I have the inhaler. So I have all this stuff. And I know, you know, what they would do at the hospital. They would put me on the nebulizer and every 4 hours. And that's what I'm on it at home. Now, there's been some times here where I'm like, it's almost 4 hours, you know, like 3 hours and 30 minutes or 3 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Because it's, you know, rough. Needing it. It's okay. Alright, so I punched out a bunch of colors with the big one. So I'm going to punch out. I just want to put a bunch of stars on this page. And I don't know, some of these stars might end up in a, could end up in a Ziploc bag and not be on here. But also, a lot of this stuff could get used on here. Let me just see. I'm gonna, try to punch out a couple little... See, I'm trying to use the things backwards. Okay, so I got a gold in that. I'm going to flip this back over, and it's getting warm in here. Okay, so another thing that I went through last night. Okay, keep in mind, I'm jittery. I'm exhausted. I'm so sleepy, but I'm just jittering up a storm and, you know, can't really fall asleep. And then during the day, I can't nap because I've taken my Lasix, and I'm just trying to, you know, get up and get to the bathroom, make it to the bathroom in time. So, yeah, I mean, I just got a lot. I got a lot going on. And like I said, I cannot go to the hospital every time something like this happens. Otherwise, that would be my new address. But if it gets bad enough where I feel like I can't handle it and it's getting out of control and I might not make it, I'm going to the ER. I will go to the ER. So, the other thing, and it's probably from exhaustion, okay? Keep in mind, I'm exhausted when I'm telling you the rest of this. It's kind of funny. It's kind of sad. But keep in mind, I'm, you know, running on exhaustion there. So during the night, my thumb over here, this thumb was just throbbing. It was just throbbing so dang bad. I was just in tears. Took my pain medicine, you know, and it's just not easing up as quickly or as fast because, you know, your body get used to pain medicine. And so anyway, I'm sitting there last night, my thumb is hurting, and I'm just, you know, wondering, okay, do I need to face reality? Am I going to lose my thumb? Which, you know, my diagnosis with this thumb is Raynaud's with dry gangrene. Dry gangrene. That's my diagnosis, so that's been diagnosis with all of them. So, and we are trying all kinds of things. We are. So, I panic during the night. If I lose this thumb, what am I going to do? How am I going to craft? How am I going to do anything? Like, I'll just have this hand. What am I going to do YouTube videos on? How am I just going to live life? What am I going to do to entertain myself? Because I'm one that wants to do things. I want to create. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. I want to, you know, do something. I need to stay busy. What am I going to do? And so I panicked during the night. And so I was like, this is like 3 a.m. I was like, I gotta learn to draw with my left hand. And I mean, I had to learn to draw with my left hand at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, you know? So I got up, I came in here, and I was bound and determined. I'm fixing to learn to draw. I'm just gonna stay up until I learn to draw with my left hand, because I'm not gonna be able to use my right hand. But the only thing is, I gotta figure out a way to get lids off markers without using two hands. So that was one thing that I did have to use this hand for. But in the middle of the night, I'm in here, bound and determined. I'm supposed to learn to draw with my left hand. So I got the marker, and I did use this hand to open the marker, and I got a piece of scrap cardstock that I had, and I drew this completely with my left hand. I am right-handed, but I will say that I've learned to cut with my left hand, use scissors with my left hand, but I'm dominant right-handed. I always reach to do stuff with my right hand, and I'm like, oh. Even though I know those fingers are not there, when I drop something on the floor, I reach down with this hand to pick it up. Guess what? That doesn't work. And then I'm like, ugh, I don't know why I always do that. I say that just every time, okay? That is my life. I don't know why I always do that. And then I have to get it with this hand. Okay, so I'm not used to using this hand for drawing or writing. At one point, when I was teaching Elijah to write cursive, I did say, okay, I'm going to learn to write cursive with my left hand. And it didn't go well. It was slow, and it just didn't go well. I gave up. I gave up learning to write with this hand because I could write like this. And at that time, I think I had a pinky over here. I'm pretty sure I had a pinky over there at that time. But, anyway. So I got in here and I drew this with my left hand. Now, it's not perfect. Down here at the bottom, you can see where, but what do I always say? That I don't want my things to look like it was computer generated. I want my things to look like they were handmade, because it is handmade. And so I'm totally pleased with that. I was so happy that I was able to go in there and get back in my chair. After I did this. Now I'm sitting in my chair and I'm like, I gotta go in there and learn to use my left hand. I gotta learn to draw my left hand. I gotta get this figured out tonight, because I could end up losing this finger any day now. So I gotta get back in there, and, I gotta stay up until I learn to draw with my left hand. I drew this one thing and I was like, oh, okay. So I said, it's kind of funny, kind of sad, but it is what it is, Yeah. I was wondering about using this girl right here. She has like some stars on her dress. I don't have to use the whole girl. I could just use part of her. So I'm going to look at her real quick. And see. I'm going to put my little doodle that I did at, 3 a.m. and satisfied my soul with. Oh, y'all, that was bad. That was bad. I was just panicking that I just, was losing my life at the moment. Pretty much. I was so worried. I think that's just normal to be worried and, not really know what your future holds is scary. And to know if you're just going to lose this whole finger is scary. At one point, I don't know if it was this pinky or this finger, somewhere, I did inquire about just taking part of it down to the knuckle and leaving the rest. And they couldn't. They said no, that it just wasn't going to do that, that the gangrene, you know, and the blood clot and all in there, just, it had to take the whole thing. And I don't know, remember the reasoning and all that, but there was a reasoning. So I don't know if I want to do all her little stars yellow. She has yellow on over here. I could do all her stars pink, or I could do them all different colors and then do all these different, you know, different color stars all around on her. So I don't think I want to do them yellow because her shirt's yellow. Or that might would tie it in together. Let me just look. Let me look. Oh, and when I cut out that over there, okay, so I was saying, okay, if I don't have a finger over here, if I don't have that thumb, because I usually hold paper like this, and so I'm just using, you know, that thumb as like a claw, like a little lobster claw type thing. And so I was like, okay, but if I don't have that thumb there, I can't use that. So I need to figure out how I'm going to cut stuff out. So let me color this, and then I'll show you what I did. Because, yeah, I was, you know, I had to know, am I going to be able to do anything? Because the thought of just being there and not having anything to do, not being able to do things I want to do, it's scary. That's very scary. I don't know that I want to, you know, live like that. And I'm speaking for myself, not for anybody else. I'm totally speaking for myself. I just have to be busy. I have to do things. That's just me. Alright, so that part's probably going to be cut off, so I'm going to go up here to the top. Because she's too tall to fit on here. So I'm going to just cut her dress off at some point. Anyway, so that got me through the night, just coming in here and drawing that doodle and cutting it out. And I will show you in just a moment what I did to cut that out. These times are scary. You know, it really is scary just not knowing what's happening, not knowing, and, you know, just the not knowing is scary. And I don't want to give up. I got a grandbaby coming. I got a lot to live for. I'm excited about my grandbaby coming, and I want to be here to enjoy that grandbaby. I want to meet that grandbaby more than anything in this world. So, I'm not planning on giving up. I'm not. Oh, let me see. I have a blue. It's getting warm in here. Okay. There's an orange. Alright, so about the yarn sale. I do plan on doing that live tonight if the bags come in tonight before midnight. So the sale might not be till 7, 8 o'clock. Just keep an eye out. And I'll try to post in that community thing, whatever that thing is. I'll try to post there, yarn sale live in 30 minutes or whatever time or whatever. So I will try to do that so that just everybody has a fair shot of knowing when it is. And I've kind of been researching some ways to do this, and also, speaking with the person that is helping me pull this off, and is going to be helping me with mailing and all that kind of stuff. And so taking her thoughts and stuff into consideration too, because she is, helping me. I don't know what. Let me just see what this one is. Yeah, it's a light blue. Okay. I hope this ends up looking good. I don't know. Might be looking a little wonky right now. The yarn sale is, the bags are $25. And I'm cutting myself short on that because after I realized how big these bags are, $25 for a bag of yarn, and that is, the shipping is $15. It's a $15 flat rate shipping, no matter what. And this was what me and Erica came up with. She weighed the bags, and she weighed several bags. She put in her mom's address, which I believe, I don't know, it's up there. She put in a Michigan address. She put in some of her family members' addresses to see what shipping would be. Just all around the United States, And we're talking not Alaska, not Hawaii. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we just can't ship international and all that. But this is on her request, and she's doing the shipping for me. So, and I understand that that's the best thing that we can do. And I'm sorry. Please don't let me feel worse than I do on that. I already feel bad that we have to limit it. But I think a lot of people do, because I went and watched some things, and I think that's kind of the norm. Shipping is just crazy. Really and truly, you wouldn't want to pay the shipping. You would pay way more on the shipping than you would what the yarn is worth. So, as a favor to you, we're not going to do that. Honestly. I don't want anybody to pay a crazy amount of shipping more than what the yarn is worth. It would be ridiculous. Okay. So, what else have I got here? I need to add some blue. So I think we're going to do it as the first person who says bag 1 sold and puts their name, whatever name you're using for PayPal or email and all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to go email me your email address, and then I'll send you the PayPal invoice, and then you can pay using PayPal. Whether you don't have to have PayPal, you just click on there that you're paying with your credit card, debit card, or whatever. You don't have to have a PayPal account. That's not required. So it all works out. And PayPal, PayPal is very safe to use. I wouldn't do this without using PayPal because it's very safe to use, and yeah, PayPal, I don't know, I did read something that somebody put, but I don't know the circumstances that I didn't know that it would be possible to get scammed on PayPal. I've never heard of that before. So I don't know the circumstances under that. But anyway, hey baby. Anyway, we're looking forward to doing that. And like I said, that is going to be just run 1 on that, because there's plenty more to come. What is it, baby? Oh yeah, I knocked it down.
Yeah.
I was going to get it in a minute. Okay, so I think that's probably about good because I'm going to cut her off. I'm going to go ahead and do this one just in case that one is on there, but it'll probably get cut off. And let's see, what color do we want to do that one? We'll do it yellow. Okay, and I got to get a skin tone out. And I guess I'll leave her collar white. But I'll show you what I came up with for cutting last night. This is involved. But let me do her skin tone real quick. And so, I know I'm just back and forth and all over this because in this video, because that's where my thoughts are. My thoughts are all over the place, okay? My thoughts are on if I lose my thumb. My thoughts are on the yarn sale. My thoughts are on what am I going to do for creativity and, doing things if I lose my thumb. Or even, even right now with it hurting so bad, I need to start figuring out ways that I can do things. And so, you ever come across something in your life and you don't pay it any attention, and then later on, when you really need that something, it comes back up in your life, and then you're like, oh, I needed this. Like, I'm so glad I found this, even though you did find it a long time ago, but you just didn't know that you needed it at the moment. That's the way I feel about these art foamies. Like, I was hearing about art foamies. Some YouTubers I was watching was using art foamies. It's these stamps, and the company is called Art Foamy. And so, I never went and looked. Okay? I love stamps, but I never went and looked and paid attention to the art foamies. Like, I didn't go look it up, and I didn't make an order or anything like that. And then, all of a sudden I did, and then my thumb started, doing its thing, and like art foamies came into my life right at the right time, and I was going to cut this a different way to show y'all how I figured out how I could possibly still cut. So, I was running my mouth and didn't do it. Here's what I did last night. I held paper on this and just kind of held my hand here. It's not perfect, and I am going to use my thumb as long as I can. I mean, you know, putting it in that pincher claw thing as long as I can, because I want it to come out the best possible as long as I can. But I'll have to do something like this, where I'm holding the paper up off the desk and able to spin it around. Right? That's what I did this morning at 3 a.m. when I was cutting out that little doodle. You see I left some. I might have to go back and trim it up. But this is what I did. And I don't know. It gave me peace of mind after that. And, you know, a friend did tell me that it's going to be okay. That God is going to give me peace of mind. And... But I did panic during the night. She told me this afterwards, you know, not to worry, that God's going to give me peace of mind. And, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I know it is. But just when you don't know, and you're trying to figure out, you know, what am I going to do? How am I going to handle this? And you're kind of freaking out at 3 a.m. Oh, it's rough. It's hard, you know? Alright, so I'm going to probably end up using something like that. Maybe we come up with something a little different. It's hot in here. Like I was saying about the art foamies, those come in my life right at the right time, and you don't understand. If you don't understand, you just don't understand, and I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna cut this off, but I want to get it as long as I can, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it like I would, or kinda. I know that bottom's not gonna be on there. But anyway, those art foamies, I believe, will give me a way to still create like some art journal pages and such. Just as it is right now. That's just what I'm going to have to use, and I'm going to have to do. And so I have ordered some art foamies, and I love them. I'm able to use them. I sat in here last night purposely using the one hand, stamping it with this hand, you know, getting it all in my ink, and then putting it on the paper, and doing it all one-handed. Now, you know, if I end up losing this finger, this thumb, and after it heals up, I'll still have this paw, right? I'll still have this paw, so I'll be able to do things like that. I just don't know how I would hold things. So I do have a couple of different straps. Some of them are like kid size though, and I won't be able to, you know, use those. So anything that I do use has to, you know, fit my hand and not cut off any circulation or anything. So I do have a few things that I, you know, could possibly play around with and see what I can do. But, because at one time I did crochet with a strap on my hand and a crochet hook in that. It was bothersome. It was annoying. And it was a pain in the rear having to put a strap on to, you know, put your crochet hook in there. And then you couldn't just like lay your crochet hook down to do something real quick. Because it was a whole process. Time consuming. I don't like time consuming things. But I felt a lot better after I come in here last night and did the little leaf doodle. I don't know, that just gave me a little peace of mind there. I keep trying to get that feather off of there. Okay. Now, I was thinking I was going to add her here. Oh, more of her fits on here than I thought. So I need to come back and do this row here, I believe. Yeah, more of her fits there than I thought would. So let's go ahead and add a blue. And she's got a bunch of stars on her, starburst happening over here. She's happy, I'm happy, we're all happy. And how about a purple? Come on, purple. We'll go ahead and do a purple here. I don't know if that looks good or not, but... And then we've got a... pink. I'm just going to do some of this next row down, just in case some of that does... those points do show. Because I do want her dress as long as I can get it. I appreciate you all being here and just listening to me and how I'm, you know, working this out in my head. You know, if you never lost fingers before, you might not understand. But most times when I have lost fingers, by the time I lost that finger, I already had everything worked out and how I was gonna, you know, go about not having that finger. And so that's one way I've, you know, been able to bounce back, because I don't wait around till the finger's gone and then cry about what am I gonna do. I panic about it beforehand and try to figure out what I'm gonna do before I ever lose that finger. And then when I lose the finger, I've already come to terms with it. I'm not going to say it ain't sad and, you know, it's not hard, because it is. It's hard. It's going to be hard. Oh, boy, is it going to be hard. Okay, so I think she is going to go right there, and I'm just going to cut off her dress right around here, and let's see if that fits. Yeah, it does. So I'm gonna take this black and I'm gonna grab something out of my garbage can. Okay, some scrap that I just put in there. Alright, okay, I can do this. I'm just going to kind of go around my edge. This is a bingo dauber I got at Dollar Tree for this purpose. All right. Okay. So, I need a drink of tea. So hang on one second. Okay. So I want to put her here. And I want to put these all around. And I might just put those all around first, but not like right there. Let me just put those on first. And I can always cut more out with my punchy punches. Okay, I just got the glue stick because it will be easier for me to use than trying to use that bottle of glue that is so hard to use. So I'm going to try to get glue on here. I don't know if that's enough glue, so I don't want it to just dry and pop off. Okay, let me see if I can just glue her up. Okay, I hope that's good. I just worry about it not being enough glue. I feel like the other bottle probably gives a better glue coverage. It's a stronger glue, but okay. So there I have my little girl with this. Yeah, I didn't. I hadn't looked for popsicle sticks yet to do what I need to do, because somebody told me to get popsicle stick and use that in here. Like, let me see if I can find an old paintbrush. That would work. Okay, so I found a paintbrush, and I'm sorry, that he's running away from me. Okay, so I have got a paintbrush, and I'm just using this back of paper here, and I'm just going to use this paintbrush to get glue on the. I mean, that's not even sticky at all. Okay, this'll work. This'll work. And thank you for the suggestions on. Somebody said a craft stick, popsicle stick, and then somebody else said, well, old paintbrush. And thank you all. Thank you. I just, sometimes when you're just trying to do things, and you're, you know, have so much going on, you're trying to think of everything, you can't think of everything. So sometimes, you know, those suggestions are just what I need. So thank you. Don't ever be afraid to give me suggestions, because sometimes my brain's not working. Right? We're just like that sometimes. And sometimes when you're in the middle of talking and saying a video, you feel a lot more pressure on you, and you might not think of what all you're trying to say, or can think of the words and stuff like that. So it is a little bit extra pressure being on video. Somebody in a video was saying her video brain can never think of anything. And I get it. I understand that. Okay. So now I'm going to try, and I probably should have been trying to do that with just my left hand, but I'm not there yet. Okay. All right. So she's covered pretty well with glue. Okay. Now I'm just going to add some of these all these little stars on here, and I can go back and add some smaller stars too. I mean, I used the large punch and the small punch, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't use the tiny punch yet. So I can go back and add that. Okay, I was going to try to put like these larger ones on here. And I think I wanted to put a saying, so I probably need to leave room for that. I want to stamp out a saying, so give me a moment to figure that one out. I hope you can see what I'm doing well enough in the camera. Not that I'm doing anything that great. I'm just gluing some stars down over here. So, I was talking about the art foamies and how they came in my life right when I needed them the most. If I might not would have appreciated them so much if they had already been in my life, or, you know. So, I really and truly, I feel like things come in your life right at the moment you need them. People and different things just come into your life right when you need them. Right at the right moments, you know? And so sometimes it's best to just sit back and let things happen and not make things happen. Give it a chance to happen sometimes, you know? So I might put here like catch a falling star or some kind of star saying. So I want to leave some room there, definitely, for something. I don't know what the saying is going to be, but maybe catch a falling star. I don't know why that just popped in my head. I wasn't already thinking about it. So I'm just throwing some stars over here. Here's this black star. A black glittery star. Thought that would be cool. So anyway, guys, just bear with me as I'm going through these little changes in life of not knowing what's happening, and it's scary. It is scary, and if you don't think it is, I'm glad you don't have any idea of how scary it is, but it is scary. But I do want to ask a favor. Don't kick me while I'm down. I'm having a hard enough time right now. I don't need anybody to kick me while I'm down, okay? I got a lot going on, and I just don't need any kicks. Please and thank you. I want to share with my, YouTube friends here, because I know that I have people here that care about me. And are concerned. And I want to keep them updated and let them know, like what is going on. So I'm here doing that. Did I use all 3 sizes? I don't know. Maybe I used the big one and maybe the medium. I don't think I used the tiny. But yeah, just don't kick me while I'm down. I'm having a hard enough time as it is right now. And it's hard. It is. It is hard, and it is not going to be easy to go through this. It is not going to be easy at all. It's not easy going through this right now. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not easy getting rid of my yarn. It's not. It's hard. That's hard to do. But I gotta do it. It's time, and I want to be able to use that money to get other things that I need. I can get me some more art foamies so that I can expand, different things in my art and do different fun pages and stuff. I'm telling you, those art foamies have felt like they just kind of saved me there for a minute. Like, I mean, I don't want to sound weird, but I feel like they kind of saved my life there for a minute. Because I was just, like so kind of sad and panicking, like, what am I going to do? And then the art foamies popped up into my life, and I'm like, oh, I love these art foamies. Anyway, I know that sounded weird, but I love you guys, and I just appreciate each and every one of you being here and just trying to understand what I'm going through. I know it's hard, and it's not easy going through it, so it's probably not easy you standing on the outside watching me go through it. Yeah. Let's see. Catch a falling star. I just want to kind of make sure I leave enough room to write something like that. I don't know. I always loved sitting outside summer nights in the spring or summer or whatever and just watching the stars. We'd lay on the trampoline. That way it was up off the ground in case of any snakes. But we could lay on the trampoline and just, watch the stars. Oh, I keep getting my fingernail on that. I probably should have stopped and put my words in. But I'm always going to do things the hardest way. I know this is getting over an hour, probably. Let me just try to... Okay, to save time for video purposes, I went ahead and put my letters together. But, like I said, I should have done this before I put all those stars there, because falling has to go right here. It has to fit right here in that spot. So, I'm stamping up my falling here, and I'm gonna put it... I can't see too well. Let me see. I'm nervous. I'm nervous just trying to get it in the right spot here. My hands are in the way and I can't see. Is that going to make any difference? Probably not, but we're stamping it. Falling, and it looks like it's falling. Okay, now we got to get catch as high as we can, and then we'll get A in there somehow, some kind of way. So, got falling. I got catch. Oh, I should have just linked these together. If I hadn't put all those stars there, I could have linked these together like that. See, I'll get used to using these stamps. I'll get used to it, but it's the first time I'm kind of using them like this. Catch. Okay, now we just have this A. Make sure it is right. I don't want to stamp it upside down, right? And it is an A, not a V. Okay. My hands are just throwing so much shadow on there. Catch a falling star. It's not perfect, but hey, it looks like somebody made it with one hand. And that's the truth. Catch a falling star. There, look at there. I'm proud of it, okay? Eventually, I may not be able to use this hand if, I'm not saying I'm going to, but if it comes to the point where I have to have that removed, I pray that I don't, but sometimes things happen. I'm going to have to get used to while it's bandaged up, not being able to use it. And then once it heals, like I said, I'd be able to use that paw. So I'm just trying to be positive about it, okay? Now, that don't mean that I'm not going to get off here and cry my eyes out at the thought of losing my thumb, because I just might do that. But I'm trying to, think of little things that I need to go ahead and start learning or practicing or whatever it is I need to do. I have silver and it don't need to go there and it don't need to go there. I could cut out a few more colors and add on here, or it has enough already, basically, but alright. I could add some stars coming down here, and I could add one or two here. But it's good, it's good. It says catch a falling star. It's stamped out like a 3-year-old did it, but hey, it's there. Hold on, let me see if I can hold that without hurting my hand. Catch a falling star. I love it. I like it. And like I said, these two pages don't go anything together. And sometimes that's just the way it will be. And sometimes the whole spread might be, like a theme. But I think I am going to stamp out this blue and put down here. Just because I think I need some pretty down there. I need something pretty. And I have this little bitty stamp, so I could do it. Here. That's so tiny I can't even see it in there. I reckon it's there. Oh. Alright, that gives me 3 little tiny stars, so let's see how I can add those in real quick before we say goodbye. But I've enjoyed hanging out with you, and just thanks for listening to me just vent and just, talk about my fears. I appreciate having friends to, I don't know where that first one went. It's not here. I did a blue, okay, that's the blue one, but didn't I do a fuchsia also? looked at a pink one too. Those are so tiny I can't even see them. I don't know what this was over there stuck to, but it was stuck to something. I'm just going to put some glue right there on the page. And over here, same thing. I'm just going to put some glue down. I could add some more little tiny ones coming down, but I could also call it done as it is. I had cut a fuchsia colored one, but I don't know where it went. Oh wait, is it in there? Yeah, there it is. Oh. I'm just going to leave this laying out overnight to let it dry. I am going to cut a few more small ones. Those teeny tinies. I love punches like that because I don't have to cut them out. I can just punch them and then glue them. So that is something that is, it's going to be a part of my art collage life. Here's this orange. Let me get an orange here. An orange. I didn't do any greens. Here, let me do a... Try not to be wasteful in paper, so I'm trying to get things, moved over and close as I can get it, and it still punch it. And sometimes I get it too close and then have to repunch it anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a black. I probably got too many, but I'm gonna scatter them in there. And one more was that gold. Okay. We've already went over an hour, so hang on. It is hot in here. I just want to make sure I get all of them because once I do this, I'm done. Alright, let's see what I got. A gold, blue, orange, I think. Another blue. And I still didn't get a fuchsia. Where is that color going? Oh, well, I did get one there. Okay. My bad. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so I'm going to get this little orange one right here. And over here, okay, this one is the one I didn't get a hole when it cut off. Alright, now I'm going to go back with this tip of this and just kind of make sure I got them pushed down into the glue. Maybe that one could use some glue just over it. Who knows? Alright guys, so there we go. Catch a falling star, and I added in some smaller stars kind of coming down on that side. And the star girl is just looking at all the stars. We have the moon. Over here I've got the Frida Kahlo girl saying, I paint flowers so they will not die. Thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you so very much, and I just appreciate y'all, the support system that I have here as I'm going through hard times. Things are not easy right now, and I appreciate you for being here. And like I said, please don't kick me while I'm down. But I will see you all in the next video, friends. Oh, I'm sorry. There should be a live tonight, okay?